Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. It is a beautiful afternoon on November 21st, and I got to tell you, it's getting balmy out there again. I'm starting to get spring fever, and as usual, I have an awesome guest in here tonight. But before we get to her, I got to read these amazing underwriters, and then we will proceed with the show as usual. Got some new ones. We got the Reverend Giles Candy in Brockton. Remember we heard it on Topic Time. That was the favorite candy of the Duke, the famous actor John Wayne. They used to have it shipped out to him special. We got a new one, South Shore Auto Detailing in Bridgewater. Gift certificates available, makes great holiday gifts, detailing and remote starters and window tinting. We got John's Greenhouses, and that's in Bridgewater. We got John's Greenhouses and Flora Shop in Brockton. We got Above All Fitness in Brockton. We got Shelver Shop Spirits right here in Easton. We got Modern Auto Body in Brockton. We got Easton Fitness right here in Easton at the Village Shops. We got Hometown Auto Shop in Easton, here in Easton, and they're a new one. We got P&L Paintball in Bridgewater. We got Clothes Clinic Dry Cleaning and Alterations in Whitman, where Topic Time fans get 10% off. We got Comfort Upholstery in East Bridgewater. We got Pro Tint Window Tinting in Abington. And we got MDI Auto Brokers and Repair in Whitman, home of the fully certified used car. And I want to thank you guys very much. And on that note, now we will start the show officially. And here we go. All right. There we go. And that was great. I think I heard your husband whistling out there. And you did a wonderful job with the fly snaps.
Thank you.
Okay. So Mary Ciulla, you're my guest tonight. You're an awesome actress. And
thank you for inviting me.
Oh, thank you for coming in.
So much. I love this. Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's
Good opportunity.
It is for both of us. I mean, I always say it's great guests to make Topic Time prime. And I got to tell you, I love your spike jewelry. Looks dangerous. Looks like you could wear it in some of those crazy films where you might be one of the villains, or one of the heroes, superheroes defending the home front or whatever. Either way, but again, it's such a pleasure to have you in here. I know you worked with Adam Griswold. He was a guest on my show, great film producer. Mm-hmm. But we're going to talk to you tonight and find out what you're all about. So Mary, let's talk about your history. I do this with all my guests. I try to find out what they were like growing up, how they got to where they're at, and if they do anything else that's pertinent to what having them on as guests, if it's information that would be interesting to the viewing public. So tell me a little about where you grew up and who you grew up, what life was like and how it got to where you're at. And if I have any questions, I'll fly them in there. Go ahead.
Okay. When I was a child, it was a little bit like at a rough start.
Okay.
For me, because I was a foster child, so I didn't really have a family to for about a good 5 years.
Wow.
And
so you were shuffled around.
Yes, I was shuffled around a little, but then one day, I guess, the potential family came in and, and was looking around, and I was in the kitchen, and they were looking at me, I guess, and I was with the social worker, and the family just fell in love with me.
Wow, and vice versa, I assume, too.
Yes, I vividly remember standing there as a little kid, and the prospective parents, they absolutely fell in love with me. Barbara Dempsey and Jack Dempsey, they were the bomb of the ball.
Not the boxer Jack Dempsey.
No.
Oh, okay.
These are my family.
I know.
They took me in and they go, we want to take her home right now. Unfortunately, they couldn't do that because there was
protocol to follow.
Protocol and a lot of red tape, and so I was literally crying because I wanted to go home with them.
Okay.
Like it was instant love.
Okay. Wow.
We fell in love with each other. And I said, oh my God, I remember it so vividly, and I remember them walking out and like, here we go again. But yes, I had to go through the protocol, and finally they got to take me in, and it took a little bit even then. And then I remember the day that, I remember the day that I was adopted. I was so excited. Oh my good golly, I was just like in my glory. I remember going in with my new parents at the courthouse, and I remember seeing this elevator. I go, oh my God, I want to go in the elevator because the elevator was so different.
Wait a minute, did you say alligator?
Elevator.
Oh, elevator. I thought you said alligator,
Oh
like
my
the
God, this
reptilian
elevator was so cool.
lizard.
I'm so
Wow.
excited for the elevator. And so yeah,
Okay.
and then they just did it because I wanted to. So they brought me up to the second floor, and all these people were staring at me, and like there was 1, 2, 3, 4. There was like 6 of them, and then
Was this your apartment that you were living in?
no, this was at the courthouse.
Oh,
when
okay.
I finally went there,
Okay.
and I went upstairs and to actually get adopted.
Okay, wow.
So yeah, and I was just standing there, and they signed everything in front of me, and it was really good because everybody clapped and it was congratulations.
What a revelation.
Huh?
Were you adopted alone, or did you have siblings too?
No, I did. I had okay. I was adopted, but they were already adopted. Those two, Anne and Marie, my sisters, they were already adopted. So I was the last one to come in.
Okay.
So yeah, and it was so exciting. So gosh, I went home, and with my new parents.
Right.
And
Where did you grow up?
went in this Raleigh,
Raleigh, Mass?
Massachusetts.
Great area. Nice,
Yes,
in,
and
nice
it's
in the sticks and on the beach.
absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, I
over
know it
there.
is.
I loved it. Yeah, like here. I was coming up here. I was like,
I used to go to camp in Amesbury, so I know.
yes, but you know what? It was kind of like I was coming up here and I was going, wow, Tony, this looks like Raleigh.
This town does,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
You've never been here
It
before,
reminded
I
me-
know.
No,
Right,
and it
right.
reminded me so much of Raleigh. But Raleigh was absolutely wonderful to me, and the family was just so inviting. I came in, and there was this big house, and I was a little, still, even though that I wanted to be there, I still had a little challenges trying to adapt to the family and adjust. Do you know what
Okay.
I mean? So
Yes.
the first thing I adjusted to, you're not going to believe this, is my St. Bernard.
Okay.
And they have a picture.
Well, that's kind of important because St. Bernard's a big dog and you were a little kid.
So his name was Barney, and I slept with him. I didn't
Cool.
even sleep in my bed for the first.
It probably made you feel safer.
Yes, I did, and
I mean, after a while, even though you loved your new parents, this
Yes, I
was a
did.
new environment for you, and you
yes,
still
it
had to get
was.
used to it.
It was, and,
Right.
And and then I started to like sleep on the stairs, and they took a picture of me on the stairs because
Okay.
it was kind of steps for me to get upstairs into the new bedroom.
That's great. Okay.
Anyway.
It's awesome. Well, how did that lead to what you're doing now?
Okay, yes.
That's what I'm trying to find
gonna
out.
say, but okay, so I went to high school, and I didn't start acting like right away. I loved acting all along.
Of course.
Loved it.
Okay.
From get-go, but I never was active in it. It was almost like a rosebud that just stood still for so long.
Great analogy.
So I am a late bloomer as an actress.
Okay. When you say late, I mean you don't look like you're that old now. So I'm guessing you were fairly young when you
Well,
started.
I started 8 years ago, and
Right,
I'll
okay,
tell
that
you
was
the
that long ago.
story. I'm always putting stuff on my Facebook and all that, but I guess Steve Blackwood, he was a teacher
Okay.
and from Newburyport, and I'll tell you the story about him.
Okay.
All right, he was from LA, and he was an actor.
You know, he was a soap
And
star.
Yes, and he was a soap star.
Right.
From Days of Our
Days
Lives.
of Our Lives.
Yes, and so he retired with his wife, and
Okay.
his wife wanted to come back to Newburyport.
Okay.
So that's how it all manifested. So he found me on the thing, and he says, "Oh, you want to come in my class?" And I went.
I thought his class was held on the Cape.
Yeah, nope, it's held in Newburyport,
It is?
Massachusetts.
Right,
It
right.
was in
I
the
love
be-
Newburyport,
in the
great town.
beginning, it was in North Andover.
Okay.
Or North Andover, yes, it was.
Okay.
And then he moved it to Newburyport. That's where they are from. And so that's how I met him, and I learned so much in his class.
Okay.
The first thing that you gotta do when you go into his class is not say a word. nothing. Nick,
Sounds like he's kind of strict.
Yes, he is, and he'll always go at the beginning of the class and he'll go, all right, so what do you think your personal character is? So it came to me, and I said, one day I said, dramatic, and the whole class started laughing.
Yeah, because I think he meant to be for you to be more like a specific character,
Yes.
not a type character.
Yes.
I get it. Okay, I understand.
So my characters are drama, and I can do drama and I can do comedy.
Okay.
I can on both.
I
Both
can
sides.
I can tell. I mean, you're
Absolutely.
You're obviously. I can tell you're wired on all cylinders
Yes,
to
and
do it
I-
all
and
24/7. That's great.
Yeah. So you know, no matter how high I'm gonna go on the ladder, whatever it is, wherever I'm at, you know, I'm never gonna like go. You know, when I'm ready to come down, it's like, oh, you know what? Just because I'm down doesn't mean.
You're out.
Right, I'm out.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you climb the ladder if you're successful, and when you come down, just make sure that, you know, you're cool about it.
Of course. Okay. Well, now you're still in his class. Are you doing anything with him specifically?
No, I went to Bill Casting's class too.
Whose class?
Bill Casting's
Bill
class.
Casting. Is that a casting company?
Yeah.
Oh, in Boston?
No.
Or in the area?
Yeah, it's around the area. I'm not sure where it is. I think it's in Everett.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Never heard of that one. I've heard of
Okay.
CP Casting, Boston Casting, and Slate Casting.
Yes, boss. Yeah, no. But anyway, I go
Okay.
there too. Well, he's a teacher.
Okay,
Also, so
cool.
I've been going there too, and I learned a lot from him. I learned, you know, to go when you're in a set, and you know you got all the props around you and the environment. And it's how important in the environment is to be, you know, so that you can get that that character.
Yep.
And the feel of your personal character. So yeah, that's super important. So and
Good?
yeah.
Okay.
And just to get a sense of like the props and.
Well, let's not talk about some of the projects you've been involved in.
Okay.
So can you,
Oh,
let's just
okay.
go to update me.
All right. So I've been in an Adam Sandler movie.
Okay.
So, and I was just a little part in that.
Okay.
It was the set. I was.
Was that in Grown Ups too?
Yes.
Okay.
I was in the set with Adam Sandler and the gang for 12 hours on that particular set.
Right.
And my part was sitting in the audience with my per se husband, and we're watching the children do their recital.
Okay.
And this sexy lady goes by.
Yep.
And all husbands are all eyes on the sexy lady and
Yep.
not the kids. And my part was to get pissed off.
Do you happen to know who the sexy lady was?
Yeah.
The actress, I mean.
Oh
Maybe
my
I can get her
goodness.
on the show.
Yes. I can't remember her. Oh my God.
All right, don't worry about it.
Yeah. But,
I like sexy ladies, I admit
Yeah.
it. But I'm not married either, so
Yeah.
it's not like I have to, you know, behave. Well, I have to behave, but you know what I mean. I can look at him without getting in any trouble with a wife, because
Right.
I don't have one. But I understand. I actually didn't see the film, but the way you describe it makes it true to form, totally.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So and then I was in Oliver Kitledge movie.
Okay.
They stole me away for like 2 days for that, and my part was, and I was in the reception.
Okay, cool.
So I was the party guest in the reception.
Cool. Okay.
So yeah, on that one, and another one was Mary Higgins, my really good friend. She's
I know, yeah.
an actor.
Hope to get her on the show sometime.
Yes, and
Mary and Mary.
Mary.
Quite
And
contrary.
we did a Bumblebee movie to, you know, how the bumblebees, how we have to worship the bee. Because if we don't worship the bee, it was a short film.
It's about the environment?
Yes, it's about
Okay.
the environment and worshiping the bee. And like, per se, if we did not have our bees and if they were extinct, we wouldn't have any gardens or any, so it's an awareness movie.
Right.
That one.
Okay.
Did I mention? Oh yeah, Choirwood Musical.
Okay.
I was the nurse, and I was the compassionate nurse for a couple of my patients that I was focused on.
So this was a speaking role for you?
Yeah, there was a few parts in
Right.
there where I said a couple of where I said a line or two.
Okay.
Yes. but I really enjoyed the cast.
Okay.
Loved working with them, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to be working with the cast in a couple of days because I'm going to be going.
Well, all right, let's talk about the project then. Talk about who's in the cast and what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be, my character is going to be Fiona. I can't really say too much.
Okay, don't
about
give
it.
too much away. Don't need a spoiler alert.
And it's about, we're having a party and we're having a good time, and that's probably all I can really say.
All right, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
at this point.
Oh, all right, that's fine.
Because we didn't even get there yet.
Now you seem very, you seem like you're very intuitive. I get that.
Thank you.
So in terms of, and what I'm getting at is, have you ever done anything else in terms of like entertainment? Have you ever done any singing, dancing, played music?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so glad that you mentioned that.
Of course, that's why I asked these questions.
My talents are my hobbies, or whatever you want to do besides.
Okay.
I love dancing.
Okay.
I love, yoga. I do
Okay.
yoga.
Look like you're in great shape.
Yes. And I love running.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, and I also love, of course, acting.
Oh, right,
So
we know that.
All those ingredients are just beautiful together, aren't they? Right? Yeah.
Well, you live in a nice area for doing the stuff, being outdoors too, which I assume you've spent plenty of time.
Yeah.
at.
Oh, Gloucester.
Gloucester,
Oh,
right?
Gloucester.
Gloucester.
I love
Gloucester.
Gloucester. I was, like 30 years ago, I went into Lake Gloucester, and and I had my very first apartment, and I fell in love
After you,
with it.
now,
Fell
a quick
in
question:
love.
are you still? The parents, Jack Dempsey and his wife, they're still with you, right, or not?
Well, my dad passed on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, but he was an awesome dad.
Of course.
He really was. I loved going to. I mean, I was new to
Right.
him and everything, and and I loved going to. He took me to these. I know this sounds funny, but the dump. And I used to find these weirdest things like the erasers, a huge eraser. I was so excited. for
People
the
throw
eraser.
more valuable crap away
I know, but it
than
was
you can shake a
exciting.
stick at.
It was exciting to me.
Pardon my
man.
French, but that's
Yeah.
not one of the column
Yeah.
words, so we can use it.
And he was the greatest, and I always loved being
Of
outside.
course, I'd recommend wearing sterile gloves if you're going to pick a dump
Right.
track,
They really saved me.
dump trash,
My
dumpster or whatever,
parents,
dumpster. Right.
They
Okay.
really saved me.
Yeah, of course they did.
And they just, because I was bullied in school.
Yeah, me too.
In high school, I was bullied in elementary school, high school. I mean, I remember some vivid images of me getting bullied. I mean, I don't even know if I should share them or not, but honestly.
No. Listen, that's fine because because let me tell you something. As somebody who's never gotten any respect growing up, I would say, and to be honest with you, I still don't think I do. I'm doing pretty darn good, and you are too. So I can relate completely.
Absolutely.
I get it. So if I pick up my mic, there we go.
In high school,
Yep.
there was an incident. I was up in the locker room and one time, and it was, because I put my focus on something always, and even though that it wasn't in my acting, which I loved,
Right.
But I put, my parents always told me to put a focus in something, just
Right.
kind of like don't dampen it.
Don't
out or
overthink
whatever.
it. Just focus.
Exactly.
Right.
So I put my focus on running.
On which? Running?
Running.
Okay.
On track. I went
Yep.
in from 6th to all the way to 12th grade, and I was very good at it. And I absolutely loved running.
Okay.
But there was one incident, like I said. I
Yep.
was up in the locker room, and I was coming out of the shower, getting dressed, whatever, and I'm looking for my sneakers, and they're gone.
Aw.
So the kids took them,
Yeah.
and I freaked out. And then I went home with no shoes on my feet, and my parents freaked out. And so those are the kind of
Yeah. No, I know.
things
That's
that I've been through.
having stuff ripped off.
I think it kind of robbed me from my acting because of all the.
But you know what?
stuff
You've
that
emerged stronger because of it.
Yes, very strong.
Yes.
Because of it. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
I always tell
yeah.
look at the glass as half full, not half empty, and
Yes.
and grow from your misfortunes, and we both have, I'd say.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
my misfortunes made me stronger.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Absolutely. I see what you're getting. It's almost like.
I was bullied, and 40 years ago, in 1979, I was actually suicidal. So I've done a 180
Right.
as well.
And yeah, so You know, it's like Lady Gaga. She had struggles too.
Sure
and
she did,
challenges.
yeah. And look at her now.
And amazing.
Yep.
She's my inspiration.
Cool. Maybe someday you'll meet her if you
Oh,
haven't
I'd
yet.
love to.
Maybe, you know, it's funny you should say that. I can almost see you playing her in a film.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You'd have to dye your hair a little, but don't forget,
Oh,
she
I
dyes her
can't.
hair colors, different colors too.
Wow, you know, she's such an inspiration to me. She's an amazing lady. And all of her like little songs that she sings or whatever, or all
What's
her
your
little-
favorite?
I think
My
the
favorite is Bad Romance. I heard it yesterday.
I love that one. Oh my God. And did you see the one where she had meat all over her?
Yeah, I don't, see, I'm a vegan, so
No, I'm a vegan too.
oh, there you go, okay.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I
She
did
was-
see that.
She was,
Making a point.
yes, she was
Okay.
making a point. So am I a vegan, by
Okay.
the way. I'm a vegan.
Right, good. And that's why we're so healthy.
Yes.
And we probably don't look our ages.
No, right, you look great for your age. My gosh.
I'm 60.
Yeah, you're, hey.
Thank you. Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
And I feel pretty good. So, all right, well, so when are you you're gonna be on set tomorrow? Or pretty soon, I guess, this week?
Saturday.
Saturday.
And Sunday I'll be on set.
Okay.
So my part is Fiona, and I'm.
I know, you don't have to give too much away. You're gonna be at a
can't-
party.
Exactly. I'm gonna be at a party.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Have you ever done any writing?
Oh my God, I love to write.
Okay, well, what have you written?
Well, not so much write. I type, but.
Well, I know, well, I'm putting stuff on paper. Putting ideas on paper, that's what I meant.
Oh yes. Oh, okay.
Well, what do you mean? Do you do stenography too on the side? Are you like court stenographer?
Yeah. Well, I'm always typing and always.
Well, when I say writing, I mean whatever it is. If some people use pen, some people use a word processor, some people use an old-fashioned Smith Corona.
Well, if I would want to remember something, I would write it down. Are you kidding me? That's what I used.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I guess what
Yes.
I'm getting at is, have you ever written anything like a script or a short story, poetry?
No, not really. I don't think I never did poetry before.
Okay.
But yeah.
Ever keep a diary?
Yeah, I did keep a diary. So yeah, I it's almost like my Facebook is a diary.
Oh, that's true.
I don't.
That's
put-
true, but the difference is that a diary is private.
Right.
But at the same time, it can be very beneficial to you.
It's a journal.
It is, exactly.
A
It's
journey.
A journey.
A journey of
I mean, you
my
show it to
life.
whoever you want to show it to, and you keep it from the rest of the world. But you also utilize it for things that will benefit you later.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
And I tried this exercise once in college. If you have strong feelings about something, there's nothing wrong with writing them down, and letting it fly with both barrels, profanity, whatever. If you feel some way about a person or about a situation, it's a good purge to do. I don't know
Absolutely.
if you
No, I agree.
It sounds to me like you have a lot of that in you.
Yes.
If I was a shrink, that's what I'd be seeing you.
Yes.
But I'm not a shrink. But I've seen enough of them myself to know how to kind of read people.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Have you ever done music? I know you like to dance. Tell me about that.
Oh, I love dancing.
I mean, have you ever been a part of a dance team or?
Yeah, I am part of a dance team.
Still
but
at now?
It's at the YMCA
Okay.
in Gloucester.
Yep.
But we have the most amazing class you'd ever want to dream to be in.
Okay.
Really, honestly. I mean, our classes just have so much energy and love in it when we're dancing, and we do Zumba. But-
Zumba, right.
and then-
Yeah, you were telling me about Zumba
Right,
yesterday. You were
yeah,
mentioning Zumba.
yes.
Somebody was telling, oh, I know what it wasn't you. It was the guest I had yesterday.
Yep.
She does Zumba too, this woman that I had on in the other
Wow.
location. Wow.
I've been doing it for 6 years.
It must be great. Yeah, I hear it's.
And you know what? It's the same people there. You know, Gloucester's very close-knit.
Right. Oh,
And
yeah.
That's another thing about Gloucester. We all close-knit, and we all know each other, and when things happen, we're always like,
I was actually in a film in Gloucester back on May 3rd, 2015. It was a Sunday.
Yep.
It was an outdoor scene. I don't know. I didn't get to see it.
Right.
But it was on one of the, it was on a residential road, not too far from the center of town. And that was pretty wild. I didn't expect to be there. It was pretty cool that I've done acting too. So I've been in a bunch of films. I've been in a couple of big ones.
Right.
I've been in a bunch of indie films, having filmmakers on my show. They put me in their films, but the show is
Wow.
basically, but right now I'm at the point where the show is my baby, and it's pretty much what I'm devoted to more than anything. But I definitely admire people like yourself. As far as Blackwood is concerned, are you still in his class? Are you keeping in touch with him or anything?
Well, I'm actually, I always try to get, there's one.
Well, you're already done with his class, right?
No, I can go back.
Oh, okay, you can go back anytime you want.
I probably could talk to him and go back to
Right,
his class.
okay.
At any time. But yeah, I was in his class and I learned so much
You
from
got out of
him.
it. I know you got a lot out of it. That's why I was wondering if there's any I guess you still correspond with him.
He always said to, go with your own, go to your true self. Because
Okay.
that's where the deep, that's
Or
where
it is.
Yes.
I get you.
It really is. That's where it's all going to come out and be phenomenal.
Well, speaking
you know
of-
what I mean? Besides, you're just kind of like going by the script. As long as it's within the guidelines.
Okay.
And you feel it in your heart, and you feel that was right to say. Just go for it. Go for what it is. He's always saying, go for it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We're under 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe it either. I can't believe
you
you made
golly.
It does. We always have fun on topic time. So what I want you to do in the remaining few minutes is to give shouts out to people that are going to see the show, because a lot of them are. You can start with your husband, who's right outside there. He seems to have disappeared, but I'm sure he's in the room in the building somewhere.
Okay.
But he'll see the show, and then you can
Yes.
go to Steve if you want, and then your fellow actors, and Mr. Adam Griswold, who was a great guest a few months ago, and then we'll wrap the show up. So go ahead.
Absolutely. So yes, hi to my husband Tony. Hi, a shout out to Steve Blackwood. Hi, and I would love to come back in your class. And a shout out to Adam Griswold. I can't wait to get started on the new set in a couple of days. I'm ready to go. We're all psyched here. And a shout out to all my friends in Gloucester. Gina, Larry, Steve. Oh my goodness, I got a lot. Dawn.
Okay, you can condense it. That's
Alexa.
fine.
Oh my gosh, so many.
So just a quick question. When you're done with Adam's film,
Yes.
do you have anything on the agenda for, like, we're coming into the end of the year and then early next year, the new decade? Anything you got like lined up? Any new projects after this that you're aware of that you can talk about just a little bit?
Right now, I'm just doing that.
And okay,
But I'm sure there'll be other ones. I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure there
that'll
will, too.
pop up.
okay. You named a bunch of films that you were in.
Yes.
Okay.
Did I name them all? I was in like 6 of them. So I named that one, the Adam Sandler movie I was in.
Right. Well, you named them all.
Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 of them. But
Okay.
yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
So right now at this point you're right. You're just working with Adam Adam Griswold, not
Yes, right
and,
now.
and however long that takes. Is this going to be a full-length feature or a short film?
It's a short film.
It's a short film.
Yes.
Okay. And are you members of Boston Casting or any of the Boston?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'm sure they email you stuff, and so does whatever
Yes.
other casting companies.
Yep, all
do you,
the time.
Do you have an agent right now at all?
Not yet.
Okay,
no.
it might behoove you to look in and see about
Yep.
getting one,
Oh, definitely.
because
I would
with
love
your
to.
experience and stuff.
Yep.
Well, listen, I hope you had a good time with me
I
tonight.
did. Thank you so much.
And what I'd like
for
you to do,
inviting me.
thank you, it was great. Before we wrap the show up, what I'm going to ask, and I ask all my guests to do, is to spread the word about Topic Time. I like to get more guests, and I get a lot of them from word of mouth. I wouldn't mind getting Blackwood on the show. I don't think he's going to do it, but it would be, if you had a good time and he sees the show, you could encourage him. And the worst thing you can say is the heck with that. But is there anyone else that you happen to be acting with that I may not have had on the show?
Yeah, I would love to see Steve Blackwood on the show. You never had Steve Blackwood on the show?
No, that's why I'm saying. I never
Goodness.
did.
Yeah.
I think I did invite him,
He
and
would be an amazing.
Well, you're preaching to the choir. You tell him, not me, because I know he would.
Definitely. Steve Blackwood, come on his show.
Topic Time, okay.
And show your stuff and
Okay, we'd argue if we could.
Yes.
All right,
huh?
so Mary, are you ready to wrap it up?
Yes.
All right, folks, thanks for watching Topic Time. More great episodes to follow. See you next time.
All right.
Here we go.
Ready?
Yep.
I love it. See, you can do this.